Welcome back to the channel. If you saw the last uploaded video, if I did upload it, we've got a 2014 Ram, and what we've done is we've done our rocker skins. So these aren't full rockers. They basically come up to that line, and what we did is we used a high tensile epoxy. It's basically a panel bond specifically for this, and we left a nice lip here. They say an inch, but we left about an inch and a quarter, inch and a half, and we glue both sides, put it on, and we screw it in. When you're done, after it starts to set, you pull your screws out, and you got to use the same epoxy or panel bond to glue all the holes shut. Now we've done a little bit of body work, and we've thrown some primer on this, and that's all it's getting. We still got a ground down here. We have all the plug welds, and they were I used a bigger hole punch than I normally like to, so they're a little bit messy, so we're going to grind those off flush and then prime over them, and they'll be fine. Got our cab corner on, but you can see where the white and the gray is, right? And on this truck, that's all we had to repair. Now the key to that, if you reach up under here, you want it to be smooth, so you want to make sure you cut up above the rust. We had a little bit down here, so we had to cut this out and put a little piece in here. But you want to make sure you're cutting above the rust. Now we're also going to drill a few holes in this to put some rubber plugs in. And when we're done the repair and it's all painted and sitting outside, we're going to basically throw some waste oil in there, spray it in. You can get spray cans of Rust Check or different things. Crown oil in a can. Now the only thing, if you don't take the box off, you can see a little bump back there, so I got to come in here now and do a little body work there on both sides just to clean it up. You can reach a little bit out here, but you can reach it from inside the box with just a a small Durablock. So we've got that left to do on both sides, and just grind the rust, or grind the welds off on this side. Now his doors were peeling a little bit, so he went ahead, cleaned them up, and that's basically DOM 16. That's a Canadian version of Pour 15, so we put that on all that surface rust. That's been drying for like a week, so once this is nice and dry, we're going to go over it with 80 to put a nice scratch or scuff on it, and at that point you can slick it with bodywork or whatever you want to do. So we'll see what he wants to do there. Again, son-in-law's truck, so we're just doing what he wants to do. We only have so much time on this, and it's pretty much got to be on the road. Now in the last video, I think I showed how we fixed the fender, and what we did is we got a section of fender from here down off of a good truck, and we basically panel bonded the two together. We also cut the corner right off of here and took one off of a wrecked truck as well. Now the other truck was wrecked and the fender was all destroyed up here. So we were able to get those two panels and cut them off, and basically we got them for next to nothing. So it's a good way to save a fender. Now the only way you're going to want to do this, there's like this fiberglass tape back in here for sound or whatever it's for. If there's rust and stuff above that, you got to fix it right away. And if it's deep, don't even bother. It's all going to bubble through right in the side of the fender. But in this case, this one was okay, which is why we went ahead and did what we did. Now we were hoping to save this fender. Here, this is just staining. That'll clean up. But basically we just put the Pour 15 here. The inside had zero rust, but this was all peeled and kind of bubbly. So we Pour 15 that. Same way we did the bottom of the doors, as you can see here again. But to save this fender, we're going to have to come up past these bubbles and cut this off. So we might have to go to the junkyard and see if we can get this panel. But we're going to do that at a later time. Now as for the doors, I don't know if he's just going to... What we'd like to do is paint up to here. But if we don't have time to do that, we might just spray bomb those in white. And then at a later time bring it in and clean that up when we fix this fender. And the box side on the far side also needs to be redone. So this side's not ready to go like the other side. Mind you, we got all the welds ground here, but we got to basically prime it. And to make it look half decent, as you can see, there's very little body work, but you still got to do that body work. So I got to go sand in there by hand with a block. Here you can see there's a couple low spots. We got to put a little more here. Fill that back corner like the other side and a little bit here. And a little bit of filler's not going to hurt. This box side's super nice. And this one, we're going to have to put an arch in it at some point. It's not bad, it's not through. But you know, you get that rusty bubbling in the paint and it looks terrible on the white. At some point the back bumper is going to come off and he's just going to run without it until we can either replace it or get that sandblasted and cleaned up. So like I say, this is a pretty inexpensive repair. By the time you paint it and everything else, not so much. But if you're a guy looking to do something on the cheap and you've got an older truck with lots of mileage, you can panel bond these corners on. These cab corners came from Amazon. Canadian money, like 135 bucks a set. You can't beat that. They're nice and thick. In American money, that's more like 100, maybe even 90. And then the rocker panels are somewhere around the 340, 320, somewhere around there. And again, you get both sides. But there's a reason they're not expensive, right? They only come up to the line. Or if you get the really expensive ones, you're going to take all this off and this is all going to be plug welded and they come up to here and they wrap around. So keep that in mind. If your truck's really rough, you're going to have to go higher. If that's the case, though, you're putting backings in and everything else. Now back here, we did have to run, I think, about 1.5 feet of steel in there. The inner web was completely rusted at the bottom edge, so we cut that off, welded a piece, and on the other side, we probably did 2 feet worth. So again, you got to just look at it and see what you want to do. You can buy all the proper parts, but you can patch stuff up if the truck's not too far gone. The nice thing with this truck is it's actually pretty good, considering the little bit of rust on the doors. What happens is there's a seam sealer, and water gets in behind it. You know, the truck is what? This is a 14, so it's a 12-year-old truck, 250,000 kilometers on it, roughly. So basically he cleaned all that up, spun all the junk out, took the seam sealer out, and it looks like he pulled that rubber down. At any rate, that's all been, you know, that's a rust converter encapsulator, so that's not going anywhere now. So that's, he said, just do that, that'll be fine. He'll put his rubber back on, no one will know the difference. We will paint the bottom of these doors probably. Then the fender, basically, we're going to have to blend a little bit of white here and there, and then re-clear the whole thing. So that still has to be sanded with 400. But for right now, this has to be on the road in a couple of days. So we're going to do the fender, we're going to do the rockers, and the rest will have to be another time. It's hard with the young people because they don't have a lot of means, so you have to kind of work around that. We were supposed to have this truck until March, but we just shrunk that timetable by a month, and you know, people are going back to work early for whatever reason. So now we're gonna have to push this out pretty quickly. So we'll probably be finishing this up in the next day or two and painting it on the weekend, and a Monday morning that'll be going to work.